Okay, we are resuming our video. What was the first big purchase you made with your spouse?
I'm thinking it was a house that we bought in Benton Harbor on Niles Avenue, and Grandpa Lynch helped us with that. And he went to the bank, and he knew the banker. His name was Ole Brevitz. And he bought one vacuum sweeper for himself and his wife, and one for Ole Brevitz's partner, I'll say. And we had $100 down for so two Hoover vacuum sweepers, and $100 we bought a house with an apartment in it.
Wow, that's
Right.
awesome. What makes your spouse unique or special?
Well, I think Philip is unique because he had his own business that he learned from his father, because his father was a Hoover vacuum sweeper salesman, and then they repaired Hoover vacuums in the downstairs of Ender's Company in downtown Benton Harbor. And then they did some small appliances, and then he built a building out on Cass Street in Benton Harbor where he sold furniture and appliances.
How many children do you have? When were they born? What did you decide to name each? Or why did you?
Okay, we have 13 children, 1 boy, 4 girls, and then 5 more boys. Is that right? 1 and 9 boys altogether. Anyway, Pat Lynch was born in Benton Harbor in July of 1947, and Beth was born in Benton Harbor at Mercy Hospital in July of 48, and Colleen was born also in Benton Harbor, and she was born in 1950, followed by Catherine in 1952, and Anne in 1953, and then that was 4 girls, and then Daryl was born, and we were excited about him, and probably about 1954. Philip was born in 55, and Michael was born in probably 56 or 57. Dwayne was born in 59, 58, 59, 50, yes, something, 59. Okay, now we're down to Terry. Tim,
yeah.
Tim was born in January of 1969, I believe. So we have got those two mixed up. And then Terry was born in 65, and Greg was born in 1970. And Terry and Greg were both born in Watervliet because my doctor had retired by that time. And we just always liked good Irish names, or just, some of them were. Philip was born after his father, Dwayne after his uncle Dwayne, and Arthur was after his uncle Art in Leroy, Michigan, and I had an uncle Art McDermott also. So.
How'd you name my dad Terry?
Terrence, I just like that name. It was a good name. His name is Terrence Edward, and he probably got the Edward from my brother. And Gregory, I had always liked that name, so that was. I didn't use it till the very end, but that was nice, and he's always been our baby.
What is something funny or embarrassing one of your children said at an early age that you'll never forget?
Oh my goodness, I don't know. I can't think of anything. They were pretty chatty, but yeah. I probably, by that time, nothing embarrassed me, though.
Tell them the story about my dad when he was 15, running away.
Oh, I didn't like that story. Okay. Terry decided that he and Mark Hoffman and somebody else, I can't tell you who that was, were going to run away. And his friend, Rita Lynch, came and told me at school, because I was a library assistant at the Watervliet High School by that time. And she said, the boys are going to run away. And I don't know how I didn't know that the night before, but evidently they put their things out their bedroom windows. And they went down to, I'll say, Illinois, Indiana, someplace down
I
there.
heard Tennessee.
Tennessee, okay. And Rita Danifel kind of knew where they were going. So I think we were able to trace them. I went over to talk to Mr. Schultz. Mr. Schultz was the Schultz boy's dad, right? Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. But anyway, they finally came home and they said, oh, they made a big mistake, but it was okay. When I don't know why they decided they were going to run away from home, and they were in high school though.
Yeah.
15 years old. Yeah.
Cool. How did you feel about raising your children? What was the best part and what was the hardest part?
Oh, well, the best part is when they were little, and I liked babies, and then we had girls that could help take care of them. And as the boys started to be born, the girls pitched in more. And sometimes that was hard for them because they didn't like being mothers at their young age. But and the hard part was discipline. And for instance, Terry decided he's going to run away from home. And Art was a very popular person in high school, but he was kind of devilish to get along with too. So.
What did you discipline Dad for doing that?
I don't know if we ever did discipline him though.
Rita.
Well, how could you? When he probably, but he had, and he also got kicked out of school once for putting BBs in the aisle, in the hallways.
Oh, letting people fall on him?
And then he got suspended from school.
Ugh.
I probably made him clean the house.
I was terrible. I asked him one day, I got a detention.
Mm-hmm.
I asked him, I was like, Dad, have you ever gotten a detention or something? It was like the worst thing I ever done or something.
Yeah.
Like I felt like, and
Mm-hmm.
he was like, yeah, but he wasn't okay with me doing it.
No. But that was just a devilish prank. And I think he also lit fireworks in the high school. And Mr. Anderson, who was the principal at the time, had, I think he was suspended from school that time too. Not too smart.
No. What makes you proud of your children?
Well, I think my children are all a success in their own way, and they get along with each other. Some families don't get along with each other. We maybe have a couple boys that aren't very congenial to each other, Philip and Daryl especially.
And Art.
And Art, right?
Philip and Art.
Philip and Art, right? They aren't very good friends, but they're civil and they get along, and we don't have fights. I think at one time maybe when Philip and Daryl were younger in high school, they might have had an argument about a girl, probably. Yeah, they had a fight, fist fight, on the ground in the back room. Yeah.
Do you have any nicknames?
I think my brother-in-law Bob Lewis called me Rita, and my brother Jerry called me Rita also, and that's the only name, good name, so Rita.
What do you think are your 3 best qualities?
My 3 best qualities. I think I am honest, and I'm patient, and I'm forgiving.
That's good.
They're good 3. Yeah.
That was perfect. Do you have any special sayings or expressions?
Probably.
Something you say all the time?
Mm-hmm. Kristen, my granddaughter, likes this one, shizzy dit. Oh, shizzy dit. Some crazy shizzy dit.
I think my favorite from you is let us pray.
Oh, let us pray, okay.
I think you were holding some lettuce or something. You said, let us pray.
Okay.
Who are 3 people in history you admire most and why?
Well, when you go back in history, Jesus Christ was quite the person that gave his own life for us.
I knew you were going to say that.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
And who else? My mother was wonderful, and so was Phil's mother, wonderful. So they impressed me.
Good. Me. What is the highest honor or award you've ever received?
Tim Lynch wrote to the Waterville Record for the Best Mom contest, and I got that, and that was nice.
I remember doing that when I was little.
That was good. I got some nice gifts from the local merchants.
What's the most memorable phone call you've ever received?
I'll tell you one that I remember. When my sister-in-law, Leah McCrone, called me one day and said, "I didn't know Grandma McDermott died." And I said, "Neither did I." They forgot to inform me.
Aw.
Yeah.
What's the best compliment you've ever received?
Well, that I'm a good mother. And the other day I was at the Fifth Third, and the woman that was there, a young lady, waited on me because I was going to get some money back. And she turned around and looked at me and she said, "How old are you?" I said 89. She said, "Well, it said 1928." And I thought, that woman doesn't look like she's 19, that old. So that was kind of a compliment to think she didn't think I looked like I was 89.
A lot of people don't think you're 89.
No. I know that.
What kinds of things bring you most pleasure now?
Probably my children, when they stop by, and that's always nice. And I also, I'm involved at church. I lecture on Monday mornings, and I play bridge, and I play bridge 3 times a week, and that's nice. I just feel like I can go play bridge for 3 hours and come home and do the rest of the work. Yeah.
You have a good time. I guess, well, what do you do? Like during the week you do your yoga and you play bridge and
I do yoga twice a week. I play bridge 3 times a week. I go to mass almost every morning, but we do not have mass on Thursdays and Saturdays. So I don't go to mass those days.
You're a busy lady.
Pardon?
You're a busy lady.
I am a busy lady. You have to kind of make an appointment if you want to sit down and have a visit with me.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay, good.
What things frighten you now?
What things frighten me? I am not a frightened person. I trust in God, and I don't need to be afraid of anything.
You're right.
I can come home at night and know I'm safe here in my house. So I'm not fearful for that either.
What's something that took you a while to get over that you were frightened of? As a child or when you were younger?
I used to worry about. I never was. I couldn't have girlfriends over because I was never knew when my dad was going to come home drunk. That was bad. That was not a good experience. And I remember waiting for Phil to come home when he would drive, and he'd go bowling, and I'd be all worried and looking out the window. What good did that ever do me? It didn't do me any good, but I'd go stand in the bedroom up there and look out the window, hoping the next car was going to be him.
Aw. What's something you've always wanted but still don't have?
Ooh.
Or that you didn't want? You've probably gotten over it, of course.
I think I have everything that I need. I don't need clothing. I don't need shoes. I don't need anything in this house anymore. So I think I'm satiated. How's that?
Do you feel differently about yourself from now how you felt when you were younger?
Well, sure. I'm more mature. I'm sure I was flighty when I was young. I'm talking about 14, 15, 16 years old, but I'm way more mature than that. And that comes with age. So I'm thankful for my 89 years.
What do you think has stayed the same about you throughout your life? What do you think has changed? You kind of answered what's changed.
Yeah.
What do you think has been the same?
I think the same is my trust in God. So
Oh.
I have not lost that.
Good.
Thank you.
I think that is the end of our video.
Thank you.
This is my grandma Rita,
And it's 11:30.
and it's 11:30. I had a fun time doing this, so
Thank
I
you.
learned a lot about my grandma. Bye.
Thank you.